Hey, what's up? It's BJ here. If you haven't seen my other videos on Miley and Bieber and the possibility of them being Hollywood clone or GMO babies, if you haven't seen The Boys from Brazil, that's a classic that goes all about how Nazis were cloning kids back after World War II and just giving them off into different families and watching how differently they were raised, and how they ended up kind of being the same, which is kind of similar to these two. They definitely have the same stereotypes associated with them. They have the same fan base, like target age of 14-year-old girls or younger. Both, started their careers so young in the music industry, and especially with Miley and Disney. And if you saw my other video, Miley's number's 23, so you could see that her opposite, her masculine, would be 32, the Bieber to her Cyrus. And so you'll see that this is actually a tweet that Miley Cyrus gave to Justin Bieber on his birthday this year. And the date was March 2nd that this all went viral, which is, his number's March 2nd, 3-2. So I'm going to get into his numbers right now. 3-2 for Bieber, the opposite of Miley Cyrus. She's 23. It's fitting that he would date Selena Gomez. Selena 2, Gomez 3. So you have the same fitting of this opposite, and they were so in the limelight when he first came out. But 32 is really his big thing, and you'll see the media loves talking about 32 ridiculous responses to Justin Bieber April Fool jokes. 32 million followers on Twitter, and I'll get more into the Twitter account later and the fake numbers there. And you'll see, honestly, I believe there is synchronicity and coincidence that happens. Universal code, something like that I think that they're tapping into. But also at the same time, you have to understand that there are those who know what they're doing when it comes to this. And it's all planned out by the numbers. And you'll just see as you get more. He gets 32,000 retweets per tweet. Whoa, more Twitter 32s, huh? 32 Justin Bieber photos before and after. And it's, come on, your average fan's not going to know his number's 32. It's either in their subconscious or they've studied it. And that's why it depends on what the news source is. But Justin Bieber hooked up with 32-year-old model. He brings home a 32-year-old waitress. 32 things Justin Bieber definitely says to whoever takes his... how stupid are these? BuzzFeed, by the way, is one of the most blatant offenders of Gematria. There's several other, but they are one of the top. Meet the two women. One is 32 that he took home from the club, but they only really needed the 32 in the title. So, just to continue, and this will just be more proof, the next part is next number, that you'll really see why they pay so much attention, is that we're going to get into who brought Bieber up, really. Like, after Bieber got internet famous, the very next week, Usher took him under his wing. If you remember anything about when Bieber was coming up, Usher was like his main dude. They were best buddies. Who knows, how this really goes in deep with that. I don't want to just presume. But you will see here that this is the reason why Usher brought up Bieber, is Bieber's other big number, Justin Bieber's 53. And of course Usher shares it with him, the 53. This is why it was totally fitting, completely perfect. And this is why they had to perform at the 53rd Grammys together. You needed the 5-3 and the 5-3 to celebrate the 5-3. This is part of the ritual that people don't understand. It's part of the ritual that's barely been explored by the public. There's hardly anything you find on Gematria. And this is used all over the place. So there's tons of articles about when Bieber first hit $53 million worth. They had to make a big deal. Here's Forbes. But there was a ton of articles. And that's with a lot of this stuff. I could have pulled up way more, but there's been duplicate, repeat articles. Then here's more with his fake Twitter followers, right? 53% are fake. And if you didn't know, all the Twitter and all those, so many of them, you can buy your followers. The corporate people do that. That's just part of the game. And Yeah, if you don't know what Snapchat is about to do, Snapchat's about to own everything you delete. So you're about to see some crazy stuff go up on the porn sites and stuff, all this amateur stuff people sent through Snapchat. It could get nuts. And then, like I said, here's 53 covers of Justin Bieber's song Sorry. Like I said, this could just, part of it is it's in the subconscious, and coincidence. I'm not saying every time is. But part of the synchronicity of doing this is just as I was doing this video today, I always do the news, or I look through the news for anything that really sticks out or interesting to me. And this article really stuck out to me. And it's all about this rare tiger, or a rare picture of a tiger killing a deer in a hunt. And he waited 6,600 hours for the perfect on 220 safaris. So if you already don't get that, it's 3 hours for each safari. But this is why I think this article is Masonic coding. Something like, there's something more to this. Like maybe this guy just went up a degree or something. Or maybe some people would say that this story is completely fake to begin with, or fabricated. And I definitely could see the numbers being it. But, so you can easily see where that'd be 0.333333 forever. That's the 33. That's why 33 and 66 are so big numbers, because they can repeat forever for 1/3 or 2/3. But this is why I found synchronistic about this article just popping up today, is because I was finishing up the 3223 with Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber, and the tiger and the deer, and got the opposite just like them. And then, just to get a little more into the article, this is what makes me curious, is they talk about how it's so rare. They actually called it the Holy Grail, which to me almost sounds like a Masonic thing, the Holy Grail. And the guy's name is Roos, however you say that. So you see the 24th rare Roos. But this is what I found interesting too, is it seems like it's stuck at 42 shares. And I swear, people think this all the time too, who study Gematria, that they jam in these numbers when they want. And then also these animals' names are just interesting. I'm not saying anything about them that they were specifically put in there. But Nor was the tiger's name, and he's got 26, 62, and another 26. So again, you have that inverse, that repeating. And then Sambar was the type of deer, because they didn't name the deer, I guess. But this Sambar deer has a 666 number, which we were dealing with 66, which, if you're thinking about it in math numbers or Gematria numbers, whenever you see 0.66, you can just automatically think 2/3, and 0.33 is 1/3, and also Zambara is repeating 324, but yeah, just interesting. Not that I'm saying there's anything into it. It just, to me, trying to figure out the coding that they do, these Kabbalistic number masters, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll crack it to a different degree. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. Drink one for me, smoke one for me, 'cause I will for you. And aloha, peace out, see ya.